Hey everybody, this is iLad and we're back for another episode of Red Panda Skylines. And today, I just realized something that I never realized about city skylines before, and that is what it does to buildings. Whoa! What it does to buildings that are in polluted areas. Look at this. These two buildings right here, same exact asset, but look at the rich contrast and the darks on this building as opposed to this one. And it's because this one's in a more polluted zone, and you can see that pretty consistently, like everywhere. And I never noticed that before. Like, of course the ground gets ruined, but whoa, let me get out of this view. But I never noticed that was a thing with the assets sitting on polluted ground. And I guess it's meant to like represent haze in the atmosphere. I think I might actually like it better if it just put a hazy cloud there. Just look at the rich green back behind that. Like there's no actual haze in the air there. But whatever. It's cool. So today we are going to be focused on two campus-oriented development projects. The first one is we're going to get us a city center. Not just a city center. It's actually going to be like a county seat here. And I've got a little story to go with that. And then we're also going to be working on filling out the campus for our power plant over here. Because this has gone on long enough where it's just a collection of buildings on a little cul-de-sac with not really any development going on. We're gonna fix that up. So, here's the story, right? We have Panhaven over here, and then we have Washington Park, and we have Weston. These are three individual communities. Weston and Washington Park are sort of smacking into each other to the point that they're actually sharing a farmer's market, and it's getting hard to tell where one ends and the other begins. I mean, not with district lines, but even though these combined communities, in fact, even just Washington Park by itself is bigger than Panhaven. Let me actually check populations here. Panhaven's total population, 1764 versus Washington Park at 2323. Nice. The power has been kind of located in Panhaven. Now, from a real-world perspective, this is absolutely just because I wanted to call the whole city Panhaven, as you see down here. But narratively, what we're saying is that Panhaven is kind of is one of its founding members, right? Is the head of a very influential family in the area, and he wants his legacy to be his town, or possibly his grandfather's town, or his great-grandfather's town, to be the county seat. Now, for a long time, any kind of local government business has been conducted on a spare office or a spare conference room of M&H Clothing, which is owned by said founder. But it's time to face the reality. As the population's growing, they need a little bit more of a city facility. So what we're going to do is we're going to tear out this little square commercial district. This has been planned since the beginning, and we're going to place ourselves a little bit of a county seat in here. So let's go ahead and pause that. I'm going to pop. He has generously donated all of this commercial development, commercial property, which he's been making a mint on all these years. He's generously donating that. Oh, look at that fit. I did not size that on purpose. That is perfect. Generously donating that to the city for city use. So that is pretty awesome. Alright. Now back behind here, there's a whole lot I guess that we could do. Let's see though if we can fit in our brand new parking lot assets that we developed in the last video. Alright, so we're going to put in some parking lots. I know it'd be a lot more picturesque if we had like, you know, parkland or whatever back there. But hey guys, we got to do what we got to do. So this small, you know, it's called tax office. We're going to call it the county seat. This is where we're going to deal with any kind of local hearings, any kind of judicial process, town hall, county, county commissioners. It's not much, but hey, look, we're still pretty rural, right? Like there's still not a whole lot going on, so it is what it is. So that was a quick task, pretty easy. We'll be obviously expanding that and adding to that as the cities grow, or I should say as the cities merge and turn into one united metropolitan area. Yeah, skipping over to the power plant. I'm just going to leave it paused here so that we can sort of work without you know, disrupting the power supply to the entire town if I make a mistake. First of all, we really need to pave this. Obviously, the coal and the oil all need to be shipped in, and it'd be very, very helpful if we could do that on pavement. So, we're going to go ahead and just grab our industrial roads. Temporary relocation. Get it out of the way right there. I think these two are fine. This ice cube factory. What? Bye. There we go. And then this is gonna have to move just a smidge. Alright, as for this. Road. Here we go. Power output 43 megawatts. We are 100 megawatts in surplus. I'm going to get rid of this. Power plants do get decommissioned. There we go. Sections of power plants, like individual reactors, get decommissioned over time as they are aging and no longer needed, and we're going to say that's exactly what happened there. So, you know, as the oil is sort of taking over, they've decommissioned that coal reactor, and yeah, this should all be like one big power facility here instead of like 3 or 4 individual ones, and that's how we're going to treat it. Now, I was recently in a conversation on City Planner Plays Discord with some people about power plants and city skylines and realism and the lack of all of those things, or the lack of realism at least. Basically, what it boils down to, yeah, I really don't like this. I don't know why I built this in such a curve. It's entirely impractical. We're gonna replan this a little bit. What it boils down to is a power plant this size, or even with the other coal reactor that I just deleted, that should absolutely be powering the region, not part of a city or a small city. It should be powering a pretty decent sized region, probably stretching across multiple states. I live not terribly far from a power plant that is one of the largest power plants in the southeastern U.S. Its power exports cover a huge area, and it's not even running at full capacity. And it's about the size of this thing right here, roughly. I mean, you know, it's hard to look at City Skylines assets. But at least, like, especially if I hadn't deleted or bulldozed that other coal plant, I think it'd be pretty comparable in size. But a plant this size won't even get me all the way to a decent sized city in City Skylines. So, yeah, I know that it's a game, and like games never really need to pay that much attention to realism, but it is a little tiny bit frustrating. Ooh, I never did a mirror image of this, and I need one right there. So I'm actually going to leave a gap here. Oh, come on. I don't like this bulldoze. Finish up what I was saying earlier. City skylines and city builders in general really require too much in the way of power plant construction. There's kind of city builder trope of you build 80 coal plants until you can afford nuclear, right? And that's so beyond anything that's realistic. And it'd be kind of cool if we could just focus on more fun aspects of the game. Dang. Rather than constantly having to save up money for the next coal plant. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Right there. Okay, cool. Now I should be able to put in a parking lot that actually kind of makes sense over here. Yeah. So is this the 1x3 or 2x3? Good. Now I'm going to get that skinny lot that sort of connects right down through here. Or actually, you know what? Screw it. I don't need that. I'm gonna fake it in just like this right here right now. That didn't entirely work right. Let's see if I get it more perfectly centered. No, it's always gonna have that little stripe right there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get the mirror image of this lot right here. Yeah. Anyway, so that's cool. That's all right. Over here, I feel like we need some kind of support buildings. And I'm thinking about how I want to sort of fake those in. I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and zone this industrial. But maybe in small chunks. We'll see what pops up, and then we'll make things historical as needed. So today I am pleased to say that I have learned another new fact about City Skylines that I never realized before, and that is that the corners on these industrial roads are 80 times larger than they actually ought to be. I mean, it's painful trying to get around the corners there. That's why I'm leaving such a huge space in between the road and the fence. Which is fine, because it means that I'm absolutely killing the zoning around the road and not accidentally letting any sneak in. Alright, what do we have here? This is storage looking place. We are absolutely fine with that. I don't know what Goods Unlimited is going to look like just yet. Let's go ahead and zone in a little more. Oh my gosh. Zone in a little more industrial. Laminate floors. Ice cube factory. Coal power plant. You just never can tell, can you? Alright, we do have a little zoned over here, right? Yep, we sure do. And then I'm going to grab another one of these lots. Can't fit in more than that, sadly. I wonder if I can steal a trick from Imperator. I've seen him do a few times. where he more or less paves an area with lots of pedestrian pathing. Wish it wouldn't snap to node so much. Alright, that's cool. I just watched a civilian, or a sim or whatever, before I even put that path in, walk right across the lot to get there, so that's pretty cool. Alright, that is not going to develop. Alright, I kind of like that all these little buildings are sort of same design, right? Kind of unifies the whole shebang over here. Let's pave this in. Alright, so I couldn't find much to really do any serious detailing with, so I decided to just redo the sidewalk there a little bit. Looked like there's some extra lanes of pavement around that parking lot. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot that I can really do with this. I mean, we know that the trees are going to get ruined if I place any. So this I think we'll have to do. Power plants look like fairly boring places on the outside anyway, outside of the actual like main buildings. So we'll roll with this. And I kind of want to create its own little zone over here. So we are going to paint a district. Let's see, go to our smallest brush. And this is going to be not Magnolia District. This is going to be the Panhaven power plant. This is all one area. There. What you think? Alright, so just a second ago I saw this really lovely car pull in and park. I love that car. And then, what was her name? Amanda Smith, I think? Let's see. New buggy. Yeah, owner Amanda Smith. Amanda Smith, educated young adult, resides at the Hickory residence, trainee at coal power plant. And she brought her dog with her. So I guess possibly they have a bring your pet to work day, or maybe it's her helper dog, and like they have a very proactive, very progressive policy of not discriminating against people with limitations. Who knows, right? But anyway, it's nice to see people coming in, even if they're not using the parking lots that I have so laboriously built for them. Power plant perimeter. Power plant boulevard, because nothing says industrial road like calling it a boulevard. Well, it is nice to see that people are finally using the parking lots that I've provided for them. And believe it or not, we are going to have to call it there, because... Oh, look at that. Owner, Recycling Center, delivering ore products to Panhaven Coal Reactor 1. I don't know who threw a bunch of coal into the recycling center, but bless you. Thank you. Rather there than in the landfill. We're going to call it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope now, if you have been confused every time I utter the phrase campus-oriented development, I hope now you kind of get it and you understand what it is that I'm thinking. I'm thinking these parking lots are underused. I'm thinking that at some point they're going to get bulldozed to put in some other kind of facility. And that's okay. That's fine. In any case, hope to see you back for the next one. If you haven't already, consider parking yourself on that subscribe button. And yeah, y'all take care. Bye-bye.